has for years been a bastion for beauty, glory, and honor, as many of our forefathers fought for its preservation, not only through field battles, but mental battles as well. The entertainment of the Old South, the beauty, the culture, and the songs reflect a mood of gaiety as many have never witnessed. Many things about the South were beautiful. The style, the clothing, the architecture, the old Southern colonial mansions, and of course, the girls. The beauty of a Southern belle was unequaled, as many have said, and the grandeur and splendor of the clothes gave an air of dignity and pride. The 1990 Miss Gay America pageant salutes the beauty of the Old South tonight and the beauty of those girls. Yes, all those beautiful girls. Ladies and gentlemen, the official 1990 Miss Gay America pageant.
I love you, my dear old Sonny. I'd give the world to be among the folks in the earth. I even know my mammy is waiting for me, praying for me down by the Swanee. The folks up north will see me no more when I get to that Swanee shore. Swanee, Swanee, I am coming back to Swanee. Mammy, Mammy, I love the old folks at home. I love you, Swanee. How I love you, my dear old Swanee. I'd give the world if I could only be sitting on my mammy's knee. I love the old folks, I love the young folks. Oh, my honey, lamb, you love all and everybody. Mammy, Mammy, my dear old Mammy, your wonder child will wonder no more. When I get to that Swanee shore. pieces, grandstand, brass band. It's a coming along. Like you never heard before. It's just the best in band when out. Oh, my honey land, come on along, come on along. Let me take you by the hand. Up to the man, who is the leader of that band. And if you can hear that Swanee River,
Cheer them in their glory, diamonds and pearls, dazzling jewels by the score. This is what beauty can be. Beauty celestial, the best you'll agree. Oh, for you, these beautiful girls.
gentlemen, and judges, please welcome contestant number 1, Ramona Leger, Miss Tri-State, sponsored by Creative Phase Hair Design. Contestant number 2, Cece Duvall, first alternate, Miss West Virginia, sponsored by herself. Contestant number 3, Myrna Bond, Miss Kansas, sponsored by The Edge, the Windjammer of Kansas City, Our Fantasy, Wichita. Contestant number 4, Nicole Dubois, Miss Mid-America, sponsored by Michael Rossetti, Gary Owens, Club Park Avenue, Friends of the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Contestant number 5, Kelly Colbert, Miss Kentucky, sponsored by Rumors, The Bar Incorporated. Contestant number 6, Jamie Douglas, first alternate, Miss Heart of America, sponsored by Great Lakes Productions, The Kids, HL David, and their other brother David. Contestant number 7, Heather Fontaine, first alternate, Miss North Carolina for female impersonators, sponsored by Pageant Enterprises, Tierra Designs, and the Paddock Club. Contestant number 8, Erica Lamonte, first alternate, Miss Oklahoma, sponsored by Angles, Friends of Erica Lamonte. Contestant number 9, Autumn Ruiz, the Yellow Rose of Texas, representing Miss South, sponsored by the Roundup and the Copa. Contestant number 10, Sashay Lorez, Miss Ohio, sponsored by Nightlife Productions, Poison, and Brittany Nicole. Contestant number 11, Luann Landreth, Miss South Carolina, sponsored by the Castle of Greenville, South Carolina. Contestant number 12, Kathy Klein, Miss Missouri, sponsored by Magnolias of St. Louis. Contestant number 13, Trella Thomas, America's New Face of the Year, sponsored by the Copa of Fort Worth, the Roundup Saloon of Dallas. Contestant number 14, Misty McCall, Miss Arkansas, sponsored by Discovery, Friends from Arkansas, Mr. Dennis White. Contestant number 15, Christina Bree, first alternate, Miss Kentucky America, sponsored by Club Groomers. Contestant number 16, Melissa Lane, first alternate, Miss Virginia, sponsored by Kevin Sudi. Contestant number 17, Barry Linden, Miss New Jersey, sponsored by Jazzpo Productions. Contestant number 18, Amanda Fox, Miss California, sponsored by Friends for Amanda. Contestant number 19, Jennifer Barrett, first alternate, Miss Atlantic Coast, sponsored by Pageant Enterprises, the Paddock Club of Greenville, Tierra Designs, and Maury and many supporting friends. Contesting number 20, Vicki Box, Miss District of Columbia, sponsored by Jesse Kinnison. Contestant number 21, Miss Vogue, first alternate, Miss Missouri, sponsored by the Miss Gay Missouri pageant. Contestant number 22, Devin Reed, first alternate, Miss Arkansas, sponsored by the City of Fort Smith and the Miss Gay Arkansas pageants. Contestant number 23, Trina Nicole, Miss South Central States, sponsored by Miss Indiana USA Erin Davis, Miss Ohio Valley Poison. Contestant number 24, Nikki LaParks, Miss Virginia, sponsored by the Park and Dale Thomason. Contestant number 25, contestant number 26, Stephanie Monroe, Miss Indiana, sponsored by Mr. Steve Hedstrom, Miss Latasha Mills, Great Lake Productions, Larry's Nightclub and Bar, and a host of friends. Contestant number 27, Monica St. Clair, Miss Mid-North, sponsored by Queen Bee Enterprises, Herschel Lane Pageantry. Contestant number 28, Marge Alamode, first alternate, America's New Face of the Year, sponsored by the Copa Club of Fort Worth, Texas. Contestant number 29, Jackie Chambers, Miss Michigan, sponsored by Robert Shirley and Gem Enterprises. Contestant number 30, Donna Day, first alternate, Miss Tri-State, sponsored by the Miss Tri-States pageant. Contestant number 31, Cody Collins, Miss East Coast for Female Impersonators, sponsored by Pageant Enterprises. Contestant number 32, Bridget Nichols, Miss Gay Mid-Atlantic, sponsored by Lamont Productions, the Hippo of Maryland, the Grand Palace of Charleston, West Virginia. Contestant number 33, Valerie Lohr, Miss Gay Midwest, sponsored by the Valnets of Kansas City, Hartford and Sue Ellen, the Roundup Saloon, The Wave, PM Productions, and Val's Pals. Contestant number 34, Mahogany, Miss Gay Delaware, sponsored by Lamont Productions, Trey Chic, The Renaissance, and Sue Ellen. Contestant number 35, Brandy Alexander. Miss Great Plains of America, sponsored by George's Lounge, The Hideaway, The Mac, Street Talk, Jim Hilliard, Joey and Corey, friends and friends of Brandy Alexander. Contestant number 36, Lindsay Love, Miss Gay South, self-sponsored. Contestant number 37, Melissa James, first alternate, Miss South Central, sponsored by her husband and herself. Contestant number 38, Muffy Rosenberg, Miss Gay, Nebraska, sponsored by the Max of Omaha, Mr. Dean McCon, Garbers, and the No Muff Too Tough Club. Contestant number 39, Mona Littlemore, Miss Gay, Arizona, sponsored by the Apollo, Talk of the Town, the Rainbow Room. Contestant number 40, Ginger Grant, Miss North Carolina, sponsored by Pageant Enterprises, the Paddock Club, and Friends of Greenville. Contestant number 41, Lafayette, first alternate, Miss Gay, Nebraska, sponsored by the Boardwalk Dance Club. Contestant number 42, Tiffany Bonet, Miss Atlantic Coast, sponsored by Pageant Enterprises. Contestant number 43, Tina Renee, first alternate, Miss Midwest, sponsored by Club Rumors. Contestant number 44, Charity Case, Miss Gay, Illinois, sponsored by Magnolias, Monty's, Knights, Faces, Charities Hollywood Blondes. Contestant number 45, Whitney Page, sponsored to Die For Fashions. Contestant number 46, Nakoma Shea, first alternate, Miss Texas, sponsored by The Wave, John's Cabaret, Carmichael Interiors, EBTs, Tucson. Contestant number 47, Michelle St. James, Miss West Virginia, sponsored by the Grand Palace, Long Branch, Plantation, Castaways, and the Driftwood. Contestant number 48, Sweet Savage, Miss Southwest, sponsored by Paper Moon of San Antonio, Texas. Contestant number 49, Terry Rogers, Miss Oklahoma, sponsored by Angles of Oklahoma City, Seabrook's Formal Wear, and Friends of Terry Rogers. Contestant number 50, Jennifer Blake, Miss Gay, Maryland, sponsored by Charles Bowers and the Hippo, Maryland's largest gay night spot, Lamont Productions, and the gay communities of Maryland. Contestant number 51, Kimber Baines, Miss Southeast, sponsored by Art Fire, Scandals, Tracks, and the Stone Castle. Contestant number 52, Coco, Miss Gay, Texas, sponsored by herself and friends. Contestant number 53, Kim Alexis, Miss Gay, Heart of America, sponsored by Dean Milan, The Edge, Big Daddy Productions. And last but not least, contestant number 54, Tiffany Walker, Miss Gay, New York State, sponsored by Jimmy Smith, Bulldog Woods, Buffalo, Illusions Incorporated of Manhattan, and her American Express card. At this time, I would like to present to you our Miss America family. If you would do the honor of greeting these people for me, beginning with Miss Gay America 1974, Lady Baronessa. Miss Gay America 1981, the Lady Shawn. Miss Gay America 1984, Tasha Cole. Miss Gay America 1985, Naomi Sims. Miss Gay America 1988, Cherry Lane. At this time, please welcome our reigning symbol of excellence, our Miss Gay America for 1989. She'll be escorted by the first official Miss Gay America of 1972, Norma Christie. Please welcome Vicki Vincent. clerk will introduce our top 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 days of grueling competition, our judges have chosen these 10 people to be your finalists for this year's Miss Gay America for 1990. And they are contestant number 31, Cody Collins. Contestant number 52, Kim Alexis. Contestant number 33, Valerie Lohr. Contestant number 50, Jennifer Blake.